Joining us now on the Michigan Megacast is the Director of Advancement Strategy and Planning at Gleaners Community Food Bank. Kristin Sokul joins us now on the Michigan Megacast. Kristin, thanks for being with us today.
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Appreciate having you on. So first off, for those that are not familiar with the work that Gleaners does, give us some background and some history of your organization.
Oh, I'd love to. So Gleaners was co-founded by Jean Gagne in 1977 as a way to secure and what is the word I'm looking for? To secure and store large quantities of food for agencies in the community who couldn't do that for themselves. And so Gleaners was actually one of the first food banks created in the United States. And today our headquarters remains in that building that we leased in 1977 in Detroit. We support 5 counties, I should say: Oakland, Wayne, Macomb, Livingston, and Monroe. And so we continue to serve as that vital link between available nutritious food and those in our community who need it most. And we do that through collaboration, through efficient operations, education, and innovative solutions. So we're able to move a lot of food. That includes shelf-stable foods, things that are donated to us, and also produce and milk that we secure ourselves. So just to give you a sense of that volume, last year we distributed more than 71 million pounds into the community.
So how does that collaboration work to benefit this organization and particularly to obtain and to distribute the food to people that are in need in the 5 counties that you cover?
Yeah, so collaboration works on both sides of the coin. That collaboration is with those who produce the food, so farmers, manufacturers. We have tremendous purchasing power so that we can buy that food at a very low cost. And then the collaboration also continues onto the other side of that, in which we work with a network of more than 600 partners. That includes schools, soup kitchens, pantries, shelters, so that they have that direct service to the community.
We're joined by Kristin Sokul, joining us from the Gleaners Food Bank, joining us on the Michigan Megacast. She's the Director of Advancement Strategy and Planning at Gleaners Community Food Bank. More information can be found on gcfb.org. That's gcfb.org for more info on Gleaners Community Food Bank. And so you're providing this food to communities all throughout southern Michigan, southeastern Michigan in particular. And on top of that, you're also working with organizations to make sure these are getting to individuals that really need nutritious food that's going to be adequate for their needs and their families. So how do you reach out to these organizations? Or how do these organizations reach out to you then to find these individuals that are most in need of these resources in our communities?
Yeah, well, in some cases, the individuals reach out to the organizations themselves, but we provide resources on our website at GCFB for you to find those agencies. But in addition to working with that 600 partner network, we also have our own direct-to-guest services. And we have what we call community mobiles, and that provides emergency food in various areas across Southeast Michigan, where without an appointment, you can come to any distribution that's already organized. And if you come to us and say you need food, we'll give you food in a no-contact drive-through through mobile. Those operate 5 days a week, Monday through Friday. And then the other way that we reach out to the community is through schools. Schools are often hubs of the community and a great way for us to reach students and their families. And we have about 60 school food mobiles right now. Same operation, drive-through, where students and their families can come through the school food mobile, get shelf-stable items, produce, whole grains and lean protein, and fresh milk, which is often a request from families, right in their school parking lot.
And Kristin, as we are in the summer, you talk about the impact of schools on providing these services and these resources to people in our communities. So often what happens during the summer is those kids that are able to get free school lunches or reduced cost school lunches, they don't have that availability necessarily to them in the summer when school is out. How does your organization adjust to that to help school children or school-age children in our local area to be able to still be provided with these critical resources?
Yeah, thank you for asking. In addition to those other methods that we talked about, that partner network, those mobiles, we also established our summer food service program, and that starts in June. We provide through 24 mobile sites lunches that are at low-income housing neighborhoods, so kids can come out of their apartments or where they live and get lunch directly from a refrigerated truck from us. And we also support 45 stationary sites across Southeast Michigan, and that's providing breakfast and lunch at places where kids already are. So it may be a summer camp or a daycare. And last year, we were able to distribute approximately 135,000 breakfasts and lunches through those summer food service program.
We're joined by Kristin Sokul from Gleaners Community Food Bank on the Michigan Megacast. More information on their programs and services can be found on gcfb.org. gcfb.org for more information, as well as info on volunteering and donations to Gleaners Community Food Bank, serving 5 communities, 5 counties in southeastern Michigan. gcfb.org, again, is the website. So as we've seen in recent months and over the last couple of years, there's been a lot of factors that have made big impacts on organizations across Michigan and across the U.S., especially nonprofits and organizations directly helping people with those critical necessities in their hometowns, whether it be the economic impact of the pandemic or in the supply chain, certainly, but also inflation now, also a critical factor financially for so many families and organizations. How are those factors still impacting or continuing to impact organizations like yours and being able to provide these services, as you said earlier, at low cost?
Yeah, I mean, certainly food banks are not immune to the inflation scenario, and food does cost more for us to get, which often means that we have to minimize some of the variety. But what is most important to us is what's happening to our community members, our hungry neighbors. And through our mobiles, I mean, we are hearing that the expected summer need, compounded with that inflation, the high price of groceries and gas and housing, is really putting a strain on the budgets of families in our own neighborhoods, people who live right next door to you. And we know that family members are moving in together so that they can pool their resources to overcome it. We're seeing people who are carpooling to our distributions, walking to our distributions, picking up for themselves and neighbors. And we're hearing from parents who are skipping meals so that their kids can have more. And we're hearing some real concern from seniors who are on fixed incomes who just don't know how they're going to bear the burden of this inflation long term. And so our priority is really making sure that those individuals and families get the food they need to take one worry off the table.
If people are in need, individuals or families are in need of some of these services, what are the ways that they can go about reaching out to Gleaners Community Food Bank and being provided these services to them in their local community?
Yeah, there are 2 key ways that folks can find support in their community. If you have internet access, you can go to gcfb.org, and we have a Get Help button that'll give you a map of where agencies and distributions are. Or you can go to pantrynet.org. It also provides a map of nearby distributions. But if you don't have internet access, you can call 211 on your landline, and they will find the nearest support to you so that you don't have to face hunger or have your family members not have enough on their plates.
We're joined by Kristin Sokul from Gleaners Community Food Bank on the Michigan Megacast. More information can be found on gcfb.org. That's gcfb.org, including donation information and more info on volunteer opportunities. For those that would like to help, because this is a massive effort across 5 counties in southeastern Michigan, how can people get involved and what sort of volunteer opportunities are available with Gleaners?
Yeah, so there's 3 main ways that I would coach your listeners to help us out. 1, spread the word for us. If you or someone you know is struggling, or they think they will be struggling, please let them know about our distributions, how to find us, because it's important to us to make sure that our community members are taken care of. And the ways that we can do that, if we have time, talent, and money, donations are always important for us to continue our operations. And now is a great time to donate, because we're in the middle of our Hunger-Free Summer campaign, in which citizens and other generous donors are matching donations made. So what that means to you is that you have double the impact. $1 will provide 6 meals. So for $10, you could provide a child with breakfast and lunch for an entire month. So that's a good way to feel good and support your community. And as you had mentioned, obviously, volunteers are the way that we make this work. And so if you go to gcfb.org, we have a whole host of volunteer opportunities, including sorting and packing food, or volunteering at our pantries and mobiles, and even doing data intake for us so that we know what our community members need and how to best serve them.
gcfb.org/donate to make donations to the organization, financial contributions to Gleaners Community Food Banking, gcfb.org/volunteer for all those volunteer opportunities and to sign up for volunteer shifts with the organization. We're joined by Kristin Sokul from Gleaners Community Food Bank on the Michigan Megacast. Just another minute or so with you, Kristin, before we'll need to say goodbye. Any other information at this time that will be important for our audience to keep in consideration about the services that are being provided by Gleaners or how they can help out in their community?
Yeah, I mean, firstly, I really want to communicate the gratitude that we have to all of our supporters. We really could not do this important work without the time, talents, and money of those who are around us. So we really appreciate all of that support. But even more importantly, we know that too many families wait too long to come and see us. They're waiting until the stress and strain of budget just feels overwhelming. And there's no reason to do that. We are here, we want to help. And so the moment that you think you need help, you see on the horizon that you may not be able to put all of the food on the table that your family needs, please come and see us. We want to take care of you and give you what you need. So I just want to reiterate those ways to connect again. And that is either calling 211 if you need support, or visiting us on our website at gcfb.org and hitting the Get Help button.
gcfb.org for all the information you need to know on Gleaners Community Food Bank, including how you can get help, how you can get involved through volunteer opportunities, and how you can support all those opportunities, all those programs, and all those resources provided in 5 counties in southeastern Michigan, gcfb.org. Kristin, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.